I'm sitting across from a beautiful woman at a restaurant in Palm Beach. She's 52. I'm 71. She's laughing at something I said, and I'm thinking, I've still got it. 6 months later, I'm alone in my apartment. Divorce papers. Second time in my life. I'm Richard. I am 81 years old, and I made every mistake a man can make when it comes to dating after 60. I'm going to tell you exactly what those mistakes were. But more importantly, I'm going to tell you what I was actually looking for. Because it wasn't love. And I didn't realize that until it was too late. Here's what I didn't understand at 71. I wasn't looking for a partner. I was looking for proof that I wasn't old yet. That's not love. That's fear wearing a tuxedo. My first wife, Margaret, passed after 38 years together. Cancer. I was 68. 6 months later, I walked through life like a ghost. Empty house, empty chair at dinner, empty side of the bed I couldn't even look at. Then I met Linda. She was 52, smart, funny, turned heads when she walked into a room. And when I walked into that room with her, I felt like I'd beaten something, like I'd cheated time. Like every man my age was watching and thinking, how did he pull that off? That feeling right there, it's the most dangerous thing a man over 60 can chase. And I'm going to explain exactly why. But first, you need to understand something. Society tells men like me a story. A lie, actually. One designed to sell us something we don't need and blind us to what we actually do. That high you get from feeling young again, it has a cost. And the bill always comes due. So let me break this down. 5 lessons I learned the hard way. And the first one nearly ended me. Lesson 1. You're living in different chapters. Everyone talks about age gap relationships like the problem is attraction. It's not. The problem is time. At 52, Linda wanted to travel, build something new, start fresh. At 71, I wanted peace, routine, rest. Neither of us was wrong, but we weren't reading different chapters of the same book. We were reading completely different books. She'd say, let's go to Portugal next summer. And I'd think, I just want to sit on my porch. Her someday was my already did that. Her bucket list was full. Mine was finished. And at first, I told myself that was fine, that opposites attract, that her energy would keep me young. But here's what made it worse. And this is the part that's hard to admit. I started resenting her for wanting things, and she started resenting me for slowing down. 2 people who genuinely liked each other slowly becoming strangers in the same house. That tension, it gets worse. Because there's something that happens to your body after 70 that changes everything. Now, before I continue, if you're watching this and nodding along, if any of this sounds familiar, do me a favor. Hit subscribe. Not for me, for the conversation we're having, because I've got 4 more lessons. And the next one, it's the one nobody wants to talk about. Let's keep going. Lesson 2. Health becomes the third person. At 60, you feel invincible. At 75, you're negotiating with your own body every single morning. I remember the exact moment everything shifted. We were at a dinner party, friends of hers, younger crowd. I went to stand up from one of those low modern chairs. You know the kind, looks nice, impossible to get out of. I struggled, needed a hand, and I saw it in her eyes. Just a flicker, half a second, a recalculation. She didn't sign up to be a nurse. I didn't sign up to be a burden. But that's exactly where we were headed, and we both knew it. And the worst part, neither of us could say it out loud. So it just sat there, between us, growing. This invisible thing we both pretended wasn't in the room. This is why the third lesson matters more than all the others. Because it's the thing you can't fake, can't fix, and can't explain to someone who hasn't lived it. Lesson 3. Shared memory is irreplaceable. One night, I made a Johnny Carson joke. Linda looked at me like I was speaking another language. Small thing, shouldn't matter, but it added up. The music I loved, she'd never heard of it. The news events that shaped me, history lessons to her. The references, the shorthand, the things you just know when you've lived through the same decades. These aren't trivia, they're connective tissue. You can't explain your childhood to someone. You can't download your memories into their brain. You need someone who lived in the same world you did. My partner now, Dorothy, is 79. We remember the same wars, the same psalms, the same fears. When I say I remember exactly where I was when Kennedy was shot, she doesn't nod politely like it's a history lesson. She remembers. She was in a classroom in Ohio. I was in a barbershop in Philadelphia. That feeling of being understood without having to explain yourself, you can't buy it. You can't fake it. And you don't realize how much you need it until it's gone. But I need to be honest about something, because the next lesson is the one I avoided for years. And it's the real reason I kept making the same mistake over and over. Lesson 4. Ego is a terrible matchmaker. If you're a man over 60 dating someone significantly younger, I need you to ask yourself one question, and I need you to answer it honestly. Are you attracted to her, or are you attracted to what she represents? Because those are very different things. I didn't understand this at the time, but looking back, I can see it clearly now. I was trying to outrun death by holding on to youth. That wasn't her job. That was my fear to face alone. But I made it her problem. Here's the truth. If you're dating her so your friends will be impressed, you're not looking for a wife. You're looking for a trophy. And trophies don't keep you warm at 3 a.m. when you can't sleep. Now, I know how this sounds, like I'm bitter, like I'm warning you away from something I couldn't have, but that's not it. I had it, and it was empty. That's worse, which brings me to the last lesson, the one that changed everything. The one that finally showed me what I actually needed. And it wasn't what I expected, because here's what nobody tells you about love after 60. Lesson 5. Companionship beats chemistry. The world tells you passion is everything. The world is wrong. Passion fades every single time. Compatibility doesn't. Dorothy and I watch Jeopardy every night. We argue about the answers. She usually wins, gets smug about it too. It's the best part of my day. That's not settling. That's finally understanding what love looks like when the clock is running out. At 81, I don't need excitement. I need presence. I don't need someone who makes me feel young. I need someone who makes me feel known. Someone who gets the joke without me explaining it. Someone who knows my coffee order, my bad moods, my fears. Someone who's seen enough of life to know that none of us get out of this alive, and chooses to sit next to me anyway. And here's the thing nobody prepares you for. When you find that, when you stop chasing and start choosing, the quiet becomes enough. More than enough. So let me leave you with this. Remember that restaurant in Palm Beach? The one where I thought I'd beaten time? I didn't beat anything. I was just running. Running from grief, running from age, running from the terrifying truth that I was going to die someday. And I hadn't made peace with it yet. I thought a younger woman could save me from that. She couldn't. No one can. A younger woman can't fix your fear of death. No one can fix that except you. And until you face it, really face it, every relationship is just a distraction dressed up as love. I'm not bitter. I'm grateful. That second marriage, as painful as it was, taught me what I actually need. It's not youth. It's not beauty. It's not proving anything to anyone. It's Dorothy stealing the blankets at 2 a.m. It's losing its Scrabble and watching her gloat about it. It's someone who knows that the end is closer than the beginning and chooses to sit next to me anyway. I spent 10 years chasing the wrong thing. Now I spend my evenings with a woman my age who argues with me about Jeopardy, falls asleep during movies, and knows exactly how I take my coffee. That's what nobody tells you. The best love after 60 is the quiet kind. If this meant something to you, share it with someone who needs to hear it. And if you want more conversations like this one, I'll be here. Subscribe. I'm not going anywhere.